guys, how are you doing? I hope you guys are doing fabulous. I am, because we are doing a new video today. I hope you guys are excited to learn how to blend and blend smoothly and evenly. If you want to say how to blend, keep on watching. First thing you must decide is what colors you want to do. Get yourself some paper towels. I always use one folded in half, and it's there for when you want to clean your brushes a bit. So the very important thing for today's video, make sure your brushes are clean. I know sometimes the pigment stains the brushes, but don't worry, as long as it's clean. And then have the eyeshadow colors you want ready, and then let's start. For today's makeup look, I'm going to be using the Essence Eyeshadow Intensify eyeshadow primer. So this you put on before you put on anything regarding eyeshadow. So put it nice all over your eyelid. I take my finger and I just work it in. Make sure it's blended nice and evenly. Blend, yes. Make sure your eyeshadow primer is nice and blended out evenly all over your eyelid, right up to your eyebrow. And when you're happy with that, you're going to be taking your first blending brush. The one I'm using is from Zoeva. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Zoeva. The Luxe Crease 228 brush. The way I am going to show you how to blend is just how I do it. There's a lot of different ways to blend your eyeshadow. Most important thing to remember is just to do it the way you're feeling comfortable with it, and the way that's most easiest for you. So this is just how I do it. If you feel like you want to do something else, do it. If it's pretty, do it, like it. Makeup is what you like and what you like to do. So for today's video, I'm going to be using a color here and there from different eyeshadow palettes. First, I'm going to be taking the color Cola from the James Charles Morphe palette. And you're going to press into the eyeshadow. Not too hard, but just like pressing to pick up shadow in the shadow where your crease is. I always like to pack the main color of the eyeshadow, and sometimes it takes a few packs to really get the full intensity you want. Especially if you want a nice dark smoky eye. You can pack it like in a C form, like this, C. That makes it a bit easier to blend out. You can fade the main color in a bit, but not too much. You keep this part open, the inner corner. So when you have a almost full rounded C over here, that's fully colored till your lash line. What I do then, I take the same brush and I wipe it clean on my kitchen paper towel. Then you can take a little bit of the main color, not too much, just a little bit. And you're gonna go in on the edges softly, very, very softly, gently. Going to softly work out and drag out the color. Blending. So when you're blending out your color, always make sure the fading stops the same time, the same height as this one. I know that gets a bit difficult sometimes. Look at the size of the highlighted part that's open. Make sure the same size is on this side, if that helps. So don't blend your color all the way up to your eyebrow. So when you're happy with that blend, you can also start taking a transitioning color. Now the transitioning color is normally a lighter color than the main color, or a color that complements your main color. But for this blue, I'm just going to take a bit lighter blue, just to get that transitioning start. So I'm taking the color Brother from the James Charles Morphe palette, putting it on just like that, just a tiny bit. It's a little bit lighter, not too much, but only at the edges you can start, and also just blend it out a bit more. Always just take a little bit at a time. You can always add. The thing is, if you have a dark color, it's difficult to get it lighter. You're not going to get it lighter. You're going to have to wipe it off and start over again. So always just take a tiny bit at a time. That way you know you can always add and add and add and add. Keep on blending it very gently. When you're happy with the main color's shape, you can start intensifying the color a bit more from the inside out. I like to take or a very dark blue, or a very dark purple, or a very dark brown also works very nicely, or just black. But remember, with black also just take it slowly. Stadig. Slowly. I'm going to take the color Benny from James Charles Morphe palette. It's a very dark brown. It's not black. It looks black almost on the eyelid, but it's like a dark brown. And just in this corner, in the crease, you can gently pack it in. Guys, see? Just keeping it in the crease. The brush almost does your work for you regarding the blending. You can add a bit more to your lash line, keeping it on the outer corner. You can gently blend these two colors together, but not picking up any more color. Now you can decide if you wanted a bit more blue, or you wanted a bit more black blue. You can either add a bit more of the dark brown or black that you're using, or you can add more of the main color on the outside of the dark shadows. I'm taking more blue because I want the look more blue than black. I like to do my lash line quite dark, but just on the lash line, and not go up too high. I like to use a shimmer that's the same color as my main color. So the main color is a dark blue, and in the James Charles Morphe palette there is a dark blue shimmer. The shimmer's name is Acapella. Who's gonna sing? So then you pick it up. I'm still using the same brush I've used from the start of this video. Believe it or not, I'm just cleaning it on my kitchen towel, and I like putting it in the middle of my eyelid, just where the lighter color starts, so you can see the shimmer is coming through a tiny bit, but not too harsh. And don't go too far in, because you still want to keep that inside corner light. For this step I'm using a flat angled blending brush, and then I'm going to take the color white. It's a white matte color. Color's name is Flashback in the Morphe James Charles palette. And I'm going to place it just under my eyebrow. What I like to do is I'm cleaning my brush again, and then I'm using the tip of the brush. You see that tip there, and softly where the two colors come together, I'm just blending them together very, very gently. So with your lighter color, you can also make the blend even more smoothly. For the inner corner, I'm using another palette, and I'm using the same brush I used for the highlighting under the eyebrow. I'm using the palette Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Norvina palette, and I'm taking the color Dreamer. I'm working it from my tear duct softly into the blue shimmer. So I'm going to take the color Ring Light from the James Charles Morphe palette, and I'm going to use my finger and gently press. You guys see? Sometimes the shimmer doesn't pack on so nicely with the brush, so you can always use your finger. It's much easier if you have short nails. Ooh, I'm gonna poke out my eye. You can also clean your brush and just make sure colors are blending in nicely over here. Before I'm going to do my lower lash line, I'm first quickly going to put on my foundation and do my highlighter, and then I will be back. I'm going to be taking an angled brush and using the color Little Beans from the James Charles Morphe palette. I'm going to be pressing it under my lower lash line. So I'm going to be just pressing it down here. You can turn it around just to make it a bit more comfortable to hold, and pull the color a bit down. And pull the color a bit out on the outside. And then I'm going to be taking a new blending brush, taking the same color, very gently pat off the excess and just softly blending out the edge. You can take a bit more. Remember, you can always add. Don't take too much. So here in the corner where the two colors meet, I'm going to be taking the dark color I used to intensify the blue, which is Benny. My friend Benny is going to introduce the two colors just over there, where they come together in harmony, softly blending out the edges, just blending out little by little. What I also like to do, I'm going to take that angled brush we started with on the lower lash line. I'm going to take Benny again, right under the lashes, just to give you that liner effect. Taking the blending highlighting brush we used for the inner corner. We're taking Dreamer again from the Norvina palette and just pressing it on the lower lash line. Then you can also use your finger and there we go. Guys, I hope you liked this video and I hope this video was helpful and taught you a few things or two. So if you have anything you want to ask or if there's anything you struggle with, please leave it in your comments down below and I will gladly get back to you guys and reply to your comments, and then I will see you in the next video.